Hello everyone and welcome back to STW Sports, and today I'm going to be reviewing the EFL weekend from the 13th of October to the 18th of October. Yes, that's a long weekend, but there were some midweek games last week in League 2 due to the games being rescheduled due to coronavirus, because players had to go into isolation because of having COVID. But yeah, I'll start off with the Championship anyway. I'll work in that order as usual. So Friday the 16th of October, Derby County 0, Watford 1. Good result for Derby overall. This was a pretty dull game, to be honest with you, though. There wasn't really that much in the game. It took a brilliant goal, though, from João Pedro to win it. The 19-year-old really came up with the goods. An unstoppable shot, and that's what separated the two teams. One moment of quality was the difference. Derby's worst start to a season is 2003-4 in the second tier. Terrible for them, really. But as for Watford, they've started pretty well now. I think it's 10 points out of 15. Good start for them. Long may it continue if you're a Watford fan. On to Saturday the 17th of October, Brentford 2, Coventry City 0. No Ben Rahman, no problem. A 2-0 win. And yeah, good result for Brentford. Coventry, this is always going to be a difficult game for them. The away games, they do seem to be struggling a little bit more at the moment. Brentford simply had too much on the day. It was quite a comfortable win for Brentford in truth. 2 goals from Ivan Toney as well. He started the season really well. Wycombe Wanderers 1, Millwall 2. Yeah, Wycombe Wanderers scored their first goal of the season, but it didn't get them any points. They've lost all their opening 5 games. The first team to do that in the Championship since 2014-15 when Blackpool did it. They did get a goal, and Wycombe had a controversial goal disallowed as well from a direct corner, so you kind of felt a little bit sorry for them, but overall Millwall had a little bit too much. I still think Millwall would be right up there this season, so this is another important win for them. As for Wycombe, they need to get them first points on the board sooner rather than later. Middlesbrough 0, Reading 0. Yes, Reading's 100% record comes to an end at Middlesbrough in what was a very forgettable game. I mean, the game just didn't really get going. I mean, a point's not the worst result for Reading away from home, but with the form they're in, they'd have been hoping to have beat Middlesbrough, really. But yeah, 0-0 draw, not really much to say about it. Reading's 100% record comes to an end. It's the only thing to really say about this game. Luton Town 0, Stoke City 2. Yeah, Stoke have started the season really well. 8 points now from their opening 5 games. Been a good start for Stoke, actually. Yeah, this continued 2-0 win. Stoke haven't let in a goal away from home yet. Luton have actually started the season really well as well, actually. 9 points out of 15. They certainly have taken that at the start of the season, but this was a disappointing loss here. Ex-Stoke manager Nathan Jones as well falls to a defeat. Yeah, good win for Stoke, and their away form has started very well indeed. Barnsley 2, Bristol City 2. Yeah, Barnsley nicked a draw, 102nd minute Hawley Woodrow penalty to break Bristol City hearts. I mean, this Bristol City 100% record very much looked intact, but no, Barnsley got a draw. A resilient draw from Barnsley, and one that will really encourage them going forward, because the form Bristol have been in, everyone thought they'd win this comfortably, but no, Barnsley did get a point in the end. Birmingham City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. It's been a good start for Sheffield Wednesday. If they haven't had this point deduction, they'd be in the top 9, so you've got to say it's been a good start for Sheffield Wednesday overall. A 1-0 win at St Andrews. Birmingham's first loss of the season, I believe this was as well. So yeah, it's been a really good start. But, I mean, as for Birmingham, not been great so far. They've only won 1, and that was on the opening day against Brentford. But they have drew a lot as well. I think they drew the previous 3 before this one. So yeah, good result though for Sheffield Wednesday. On -4 points now, so they're actually doing quite well. I mean, they could stay up at the moment. With the quality they've got, it wouldn't surprise me if they managed to turn around the 12 points deduction to stay up, but it does look very difficult, at the same time. Next up, we have Rotherham United 2, Norwich City 1. Norwich City broke Rotherham Hots in the last minute. I mean, very disappointing. It's a Hugh Gill penalty as well. I mean, Rotherham hung on with 10 men for about 20 minutes, but a last-minute penalty for Norwich, though, won the game. And these are the results Rotherham could certainly be doing without at the moment. But yeah, fair play to Norwich, though. A good result for them to get them back on track after their defeat to Derby. Swansea City 1, Huddersfield Town 2. Did not see this result coming. Fair play to Huddersfield. Swansea have had a very good start to the season, so for Huddersfield to go to Swansea and get a win was a very good result indeed. And just what Huddersfield needed as well for their confidence. But they've actually had a pretty good start, Huddersfield, now, to be fair to them. Yeah, I mean, first loss of the season for Swansea as well, so no one really saw this coming. A surprise result, but that's the Championship for you, I guess. Bournemouth 0, QPR 0. Disappointing result for Bournemouth, really. This was quite a poor game, actually. Bournemouth have had a good start to the season. They do look good in the Championship so far, but this was one of them games you get with a disappointing draw. But I mean, it's not a defeat, though. Bournemouth actually remain unbeaten so far this season as well, so It's been a pretty good start for them, but this was a disappointing draw, though, to be honest, with Bournemouth. Home to QPR, you'd really think they'd fancy their chances. It was just a dull 0-0 with nothing more to report on. And Bournemouth didn't even register a shot on target, may I add, as well. That is disappointing. Blackburn Rovers 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Yes, Nottingham Forest 1. Nottingham Forest have had a terrible start to the season, losing all their opening 4 games. Chris Hughton takes over, and bam, 3 points on the board. Joe Lolly's last-minute goal as well. I mean, yeah, gotta say, very, very good result for Forest. They really needed this, and could this elevate Forest up the table? I'm not sure. Chris Hughton is a very good Championship manager. We saw what he did at Brighton. He even kept Brighton in the Premier League for 2 seasons as well. We know he's a good manager, Hughton. I think he's a great addition, and I think it's exactly what Forest needs. So, yeah, very good result for them. As for Blackburn, though, they were free scoring a couple of weeks ago, but 5 blanks in the last 2 games now, both home games as well. So, disappointing for them. On Sunday the 18th, Preston North End 0, Cardiff City 1. Yeah, I mean, disappointing for Preston, who won before the international break. That dramatic 4-2 victory they picked up away at Brentford. A 1-0 loss, though. Ojo's first goal for Cardiff. Cardiff's away form's been very good so far. Not conceded a goal, and they've been very solid as well. A 1-0 win. Cardiff, who got the playoffs last season, could well push this year. They need to improve that home form, though. But as for their away form, it's very good. As for Preston, they're pretty much on cloud 9 after that victory against Brentford before the international break, but brought back down to earth. Disappointing for them. A 1-0 loss at home. Game of the weekend, I've gone for Bristol City's 2-2 at Barnsley, just because I think that, it's 102nd minute penalty, the game had drama, and not really the result anyone expected, and it was an entertaining game as well, especially when you have the drama like we did at the end. Result of the weekend, I've gone Swansea City 1, Huddersfield Town 2. I think this is a very good result for Huddersfield, and one that will give the team a lot of confidence. I did not see them going to Swansea and winning, so fair play to them. Top scorer, Ivan Toney with 5 goals. I mean, he is joint, of course, with Blackburn Rovers. Armstrong, but still. Toney tops it in terms of assists as well. Great start for Toney. Brentford always seem to recover from selling players, to be fair to them, and I still think they'll have a good season this season. Moving on now to League One from Saturday the 7th of October. And MK Dons picked up their first win of the season in a 2-0 victory at home to Gillingham. Very good result for MK Dons, a result they well and truly needed as they were route to the bottom of the table. Gillingham are quite inconsistent, to be honest with you, so they're one of them teams you never really know what to expect from. A 2-0 win, though, for MK Dons. Brilliant result, first win of the season. Peterborough 2, Oxford United 0. Peterborough's 100% home record continues, but as for Oxford, they're now bottom of League One. The team who got the playoff final last year, very disappointing if you're an Oxford fan. They need to recover this form. I don't know what's going to happen, but from going to a playoff final to bottom of the table, they can recover, but they're already a long way back. But as for Peterborough, 100% record keeps up. They're making their ground as well and truly a fortress. Plymouth Argyle 2, Northampton Town 1. I mean, yeah, it's a late winner for Watts for Plymouth Argyle. Good, decent result for them. And they managed to sneak a result at the end with home advantage pretty much pulling them through. Good result for Plymouth. Portsmouth 0, Doncaster Rovers 1. And Portsmouth recent revival in form ends at home to Doncaster Rovers. Very disappointing for Portsmouth. I mean, they just picked up back-to-back wins. You thought the fortune was turning. Not the case. A 1-0 loss at home to Doncaster. A Doncaster team who started the season pretty well, to be fair to them as well. But yeah, good result for them. But as for Portsmouth, results need to improve regularly. Fleetwood Town 0, Lincoln City 0. Not really a lot to say here. Fleetwood got that 4-1 win over Hull last week, so you kind of thought they might be on it coming into this game with a lot of confidence. Lincoln lost their 100% record last week at home to Bristol Rovers. There was nothing to choose between the two teams in this game, though. It was quite just one of them 0-0s. Both teams cancelled each other out. Happy to take a draw. Crewe Alexandra 1, Blackpool 1. Blackpool move out the relegation zone with this draw. I mean, Crewe, again, they got a great result last week against Wigan, so I thought they'd be coming into this game confident, but a 1-1 draw was fair enough in the end. Nothing to choose between the two teams. And yeah, I mean, Blackpool's moved them out of the relegation zone, so away from home point, so not too bad for them, but they need to start picking up wins, that's for sure. Rochdale 0, Hull City 3. I mean, Hull City eased to a win here. Rochdale, who was struggling at the start of the season, but as everyone thought they would, they were tipped to go down by a lot of people. Yeah, 3-0 Hull, easy win. I mean, Hull lost last week 4-1 to Fleetwood. That seems to be with the way Hull have started, it must be a right fluke. The only goal of the game they've conceded a goal in so far. But as for Hull, though, very good start for them still. They're keeping up with the momentum. Bristol Rovers 1, Burton Albion 1. Yeah, after Bristol Rovers' win last week against Lincoln, I really thought they'd win this game, but no, 1-1 draw. Yeah, it was a bit disappointing for Bristol Rovers when you think about the fact they won away at Lincoln last week. I thought they'd come into this game a lot more confident against a struggling Burton Albion team. Not the case. 1-1 draw. A valuable point though for a valuable point for Burton, to be fair, to more than anything. Ipswich Town 2, Accrington Stanley 0. Yep, Ipswich Town keep up their very good form. A 2-0 win at home to Accrington Stanley. Yeah, I mean, great start for Ipswich. They've only dropped points in one game, and that was the struggling game K Dons, believe it or not. But Ipswich look very good this season. I think they could come up quite comfortably. But it's early days though, so let's not say too much yet. Swindon Town 0, Sunderland 2. Swindon Town have been trying to make their home ground a fortress, but Sunderland came up trumps. A comfortable 2-0 win for them. Just the result Sunderland needed, really. I mean, they say they've got to stop. From the last couple of seasons, draws have really let them down in games like this. A 2-0 win, a very good win for Sunderland. And yeah, their rise up the table continues after not playing last week due to having players on international duty. AFC Wimbledon 0, Shrewsbury Town 1. Yeah, Shrewsbury's first win of the season away at Wimbledon. Wimbledon, another team who are quite inconsistent, and you never know what you're going to get. And this was a bad performance. Good win, though, for Shrewsbury. They needed it after having a few draws. A win was needed, and that's exactly what they got. Kickstarts their season. Charlton Athletic 1, Wigan Athletic 0. Oh, speaking of inconsistencies, Wigan Athletic are so inconsistent at the moment. You just never know what's happening with them. They've had some good performances this season. They've also had some very bad ones. These two teams were championship teams last season as well, don't forget. Charlton picked up their first win since the opening day, and a valuable one as well. One Charlton need. But yeah, game of the weekend, I've gone Plymouth 2, Northampton 1. I couldn't really pick a game of the weekend. It wasn't the most entertaining weekend in League One, admittedly. I'm just going to say that game because it had a late winner in. That's the only reason I'm probably going to say it. But yeah, result of the weekend, I've gone Shrewsbury Town's 1-0 win at Wimbledon, just because it's a good result for Shrewsbury to get their first win of the season and away from home as well. Top scorer, Guion Edwards with 5 goals for Ipswich. Great start for him. Great start for Ipswich in general. Next up, League 2. So we've got to go all the way back now to Tuesday, 13th of October. Walsall 2, Leyton Orient 1. Yeah, good result for Walsall. Picked up a win over Leyton Orient. Walsall who were tipped to do well this season as well. Good result for them. And also on the Tuesday, in a game in hand, Cheltenham 1, Grimsby Town 3. Grimsby Town's first win of the season away at Cheltenham. Good result for them, and one they could have kicked on from, and you'll find out in a minute if they did. But as for Saturday's results, though, Mansfield Town 1, Bradford City 3. It's not been a good start for Mansfield. They haven't won yet. And yeah, Bradford City, they needed this win after their 1-0 loss to Harrogate Town, and that's what they got, a 3-1 win. It was quite easy, to be honest, and a win that Bradford needed to to try and get momentum back after what was a poor loss. Newport County 1, Tranmere Rovers 0. I don't know what's happened to Tranmere this season. I really thought they'd do well. I thought they'd win this league quite comfortably. Well, not comfortably, but win this league. But it's not happening for them. Another loss, a 1-0 loss to Newport. But as for Newport, it's been a great start for them. They go second in the table. So, yeah, fair play to Newport. What a start. Bolton Wanderers 1, Oldham Athletic 2. Oh, it really hurts seeing Bolton Wanderers be like... I mean, I've said this a lot in these reviews, but... Bolton just can't get going. A 2-1 defeat to winless Oldham. Harry Keel's Oldham pick up their first win of the season. And yeah, I mean, what a result though for Oldham. Last minute goal as well to break Bolton's hearts. Bolton really need to sort these issues out as they could be in big trouble. Port Vale 1, Salford City 0. Oh, this was a hammer blow for Paul Scholes' first game in charge. They missed a penalty and Port Vale scored late in the game as well. Salford's first loss of the season. They've sacked their manager even though they haven't lost yet, but a 1-0 loss here, very disappointing result for Salford. But as for Port Vale, good result for them. They'll look to kick on from this. Crawley Town 4, Morecambe 0. Well, Morecambe were top coming into this game and they managed to drop to 6th place. Says a lot about this defeat. Yeah, Morecambe were top, but a lot of people didn't think it would last. And this game kind of proves that Crawley won this game 4-0. It was an absolutely brilliant performance from Crawley. But as for Morecambe, what happened to their recent form? Terrible for them, but yeah. What a start though! What a result though for Crawley this was. They'll take a lot of confidence from this, beating a team who are top of the table. Walsall 0, Exeter City 0. Yeah, not really a lot to say about this. Walsall did not kick on from their midweek win, but yeah, I mean Walsall drew 4 out of 6, I believe now. So yeah, they've had a lot of draws at the start of the season. To be fair, so not really what they need, but still a goalless draw, no one lost. So Guess not the end of the world. Carlisle United 3, Colchester United 2. I think it's Carlisle United anyway. Sorry about that. Yeah, Carlisle edged a 5-goal thriller with Colchester. A very good game of football this. 3-2 win. Fair play to Carlisle. Yeah. Well, yeah, good result for them. 3-2. And Colchester, disappointing for them really. And next up, Harrogate Town 1, Barrow 0. Two teams are in the conference last season, but Harrogate Town picked up the win. Barrow remain winless. They just can't get a result. Harrogate Town goes 7th though, back-to-back wins. Harrogate Town could be a real force in this league this year. I had them to finish about 18th, and I thought that was nice, but they've done very well, the Harrogate. They look very good. They're unpredictable as well. Not a lot of people know much about them. Fair play to Harrogate, though. Good result. As for Barrow, they need a result sooner rather than later, as it's not looking good for them at the moment. Scunthorpe United 0, Cambridge 5. What a result for Cambridge. I mean, emphatic win at Scunthorpe sends them top of the table. When Cambridge have won this season, they've well and truly won. They beat teams easily. But they look a dominant force this year, Cambridge. They're doing very well. Fair play to them. As for Scunthorpe, what a bad result this is. 5-0 at home, embarrassing. Forest Green 1, Stevenage 0. Yeah, Forest Green are looking very good in the early start of the season. They continued that momentum with an edgy 1-0 win over Stevenage. I mean, they remain unbeaten though, Forest Green. I think they're going to have a good season. I wouldn't be surprised to see them get promoted, to be fair. But yeah, fair play to them. Another win here. Southend United 0, Cheltenham 2. Just not going for Southend United, is it? Another loss here. They did get a draw last week with Exeter, and Exeter had to score a last-minute goal in that game. But yeah, here was no sign of it though. I mean, Cheltenham have had a good start though, so everyone kind of thought they might win this. But fair play to Cheltenham. Yeah, an easy enough 2-0 win for them. Comfortable in truth. And next up, Leyton Orient 2, Grimsby Town 3. It's been a good start for Grimsby Town. Well, not a good start. They've good week for them though. 2 wins in a row and a 3-2 win at Leyton Orient was well and truly needed. Back-to-back wins now. 1 in the week, 1 at the weekend. And yeah, it was a last-minute winner as well for Grimsby. So just nothing better. Really, Ian Holloway would have loved that. So game of the week, I've gone Leyton Orient 2, Grimsby Town 3. Just because I think that it was a very good win in the last minute as well, and it gets Grimsby back-to-back wins. Grimsby will be hoping to build on that. Result of the week, I've gone Cheltenham Town 1, Grimsby Town 3. So I've even gone for a double whammy for Grimsby, and that was last week in the week as well on Tuesday. I think this was a great result for Grimsby to win 3-1 and get their first win of the season, especially at Cheltenham, who are flying high at the moment as well. They recovered that, Cheltenham, of course, with their 2-0 win. Against Southend at the weekend as well. And last but not top scorer, Paul Mullin for Cambridge, 7 goals. What a start to the season. He's had 7 goals. Yep, that is my review of the EFL weekend. Of course, there are EFL games this week. For the first time this season, EFL games will be on in midweek. So yeah, look forward to that this week. And I'll be doing another review later on in the week, or I might wait till next week. I'll have to wait and see. But I'll definitely be reviewing every single game. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, Champions League returns this week as well. So yes, that's also very exciting. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.